Welcome to the video podcast. My name is Florence Straka, where I share with you my blogging journey, my life experiences, inspiration, and mindset. And in today's episode, I am going to continue from where I left off yesterday, talking to you about the abusive marriage that my mom was in, the abusive stepfather that we were living in the farming community or village. So to continue from there, the abuse continued for 3 years as I was going to junior high. And, we moved so many times. So this time we moved one more time because it was just too harsh. It was an actual physical fight. Like my mom and my father were fighting. Drink is not good for him. He knows that. But then whenever he goes out, maybe with friends, and then just have a little drop of drink, that's it. When he gets home, he's become a mad man, a mad person. With no provocation, with nothing. He just starts. For nothing, he will just start talking about things you don't even understand. Nonsense. And from there, no provocation, and then it's just physical start. So we had to move again. This time, maybe just one house from where we were living. And we were there for a while, probably 3 months. Everything was going fine. Whenever we moved, he became mellow and, like nothing has happened, like there's no devil or evil within him. So we were living in this house, and still mom will go to the farm and he doesn't do anything to her when she goes to the farm. They are working as normal, but we just live in a different house. And that continued for a while. And I thought maybe this is it. Maybe mom has finally changed her mind. We don't have to go to this evil guy again. But then we have my brother. He was born in 89. So I think by this time, I was born in 76. So 9 plus 4, that is 13 years. Yeah, I was 13 years when I was going through all this. I still don't know much, at that young age. Not unlike here, when you are 13, you see the person looks like a little bit older, But there, our doing things, or maybe mine does not develop that quickly as these days, where kids by 10, 12, they look older, still young, and I'm a very, very smallish person. So my body, I'm very tiny and, going through this every day. And so we were there. I mean, life was a little bit better. No more beating, no more throwing food away, no more waste. And so we were there. I was still going to school, almost about to finish my school, my junior high. We're getting ready for, I think, our exams, final exams. So we were there back and forth. Mom was just doing her things as usual. And he started coming back again, because we still have his son. And so he would come to visit. He would come and bring food, food produce, things for us. Like how a human being or how a husband would take care of, a wife and the son. That's all he was doing. I mean, if he's not drinking, if he's not in whatever it is that possesses him, he's normal person. He's normal. But the moment he puts a little drop of drink in his mouth or whatever it is, then he becomes this different, totally different person. Like he have multiple personalities, you will say. He became different. You would never believe you were just talking to this person, and then he just changed 360 degrees into something totally different. So he started coming, chatting with mom, like a normal conversation. In my mind, I said, oh, not again. We don't want to go back to that house again. Because when we are not living in the house, it seems as if he doesn't have any stronghold on us. He doesn't have any possession on us. I think that's what it is. He doesn't have any control over us. So he becomes mellow, will bring food, will come and have conversation as a normal person. But I know that is not good sign. That is not good. So we were just normal. And finally, I think it's all over. Because we stayed there for a while. I think it's all over. But that is just I just don't know. We women, our mind are totally different. How men can change our mind, they have these sweet talks that they talk to us, and then it changes everything. Changes everything. And gradually, this time he's taking he's taking the mom stuff little by little. Oh, we take this back, and then maybe 2-3 days he'll take this back. And I was seeing it. I said, oh, not again. Not again. But finally, she succumbed to whatever it is, and we went back to the house again. And as I always say, it never stops. He cannot change. Even still, he's still alive. He has not changed. Fighting with people, quarreling with people for nothing. He hasn't changed. So we moved back again, and business as usual. The beatings start again. Sometimes I have some beatings too because I was trying to protect my mother. She's been beaten. I was trying to protect her. And I'll get some beatings too. Sometimes people, like I said, every time there is a quarrel, there is a yelling because there is so much commotion, people come and stand by and laughing and doing all that. What can you do as a child? What can you do? I can't do anything. I don't have money. Where do I even go at 13? Where do I start life from? So that continues for a longest time. And finally, we moved back to the house. Now, with my exam, my mind is all over. I couldn't study because I'm afraid maybe tonight there's going to be a fight. Maybe I don't know what's going to happen. So my mind wasn't there. I could not study for my final exam. And with all this, I started a little business working because, we don't have any money. So we sell firewood, charcoal. We make charcoal from firewood. And I will learn all that. I know how to make charcoal from ground up. Just manpower. We just cut those trees with cutlasses or with axe. We have axe. We use those to cut those big, heavy trees down. And we cut them into chunks, pieces. And not pieces, but chunk, like blocks. And then we put them all together and make a little space in a bush, pile it all, put some leaves on them, put some grasses, cover the leaves on the stumps that we collected, make them all nicely. And then we add a sand. It has to be a muddy sand, a sand that is solid. When you take it, it's not going to just disintegrate it or anything like that. It's not like a sand. It's a little wet sand, which it's a little thick. So when you put it on something, it stays on there. It doesn't just, spread all over like a regular sand. And then we use that to cover a top of the whole tree, the chopped tree that we laid on the ground. And then we make a little hole because we cover the whole thing. Just make a little hole that it will get an air inside. And then we just start the fire from there. And then it burns all the way through. It takes like 3-4 days. Some can take a week. Every day you go and check and see how it's doing. And it will burn. The whole thing will burn, but it will not burn into ashes. It's interesting. It will not burn into ashes. And so when it's ready, we just go spread it all out, and it's a flame, like a hot charcoal, hot flame. And then we add the soil. We already have them, that new soil, and then put it on. So then that will stop it from burning, and then it kills the fire. And like how you just add water on fire, like that. But we don't use water. We just use the wet soil on it, and then it just cools down, and it's turned to charcoal. And I just give you I just give you a quick guide to how to make charcoal. I just give you a quick guide of how to make charcoal with firewood. That's what we do. And so I started doing that business because it's what most of the villagers do, because it's an extra income. We use that, we put it in a sack, we take it to the town and sell it. And I started doing that with some of my schoolmates. We started gathering some money. Sometimes we go and sell it and eat a lot on the roadside. We're just misusing because we have quite a few money. We do that twice a day. We go very early in the morning, like 4 o'clock. We wake each other up. We know how many people are going or have their product, which is the charcoal, and then we'll carry the charcoal on our head. This is a sizable, huge sack. Long, very long, long and sizable. Some of them can be very heavy depending on the type of tree they use. Sometimes the trees are not that heavy. Sometimes we call some tree dum. They are just heavy duty trees. And so when you use them to make charcoal, they become very heavy. Very heavy. So we carry this on our head. Sometimes your neck is like this by the time you get to the town, and we sell it. Sometimes you have customers, you just take it straight to them. Sometimes you don't have customers, you walk around and people buys them. And then we'll gather back again and then we'll walk. What I'm telling you is like 2.5, 3 miles walk to the town. Yes, to the town. And we'll carry this heavy load on our head twice a day. Sometimes one time. We do that, sell it we leave the village 4 o'clock. By the time it's 5:30, almost 5:20, we are in town. We sell it by 6 o'clock. We gather back. We walk back to the village because we need to be in school by 7:38. We take a shower quickly. We run 1.5 miles to the junior high. Yes. At 13 years old, I started doing this business. And that was what was able to help me pay for my final exam in junior high. I wouldn't be able to do that if it wasn't from this little business, because we don't have that much of money laying around for my mom to pay for my exam. And I'm determined to finish this junior high because that is the foundation for education. That is a foundation. If I miss it, and because I was even late starting my school, because of all the running around I was doing, living from different places to different places, I was late. So at 13 years old to 14, I was still in junior high. So I need to finish this and be able to continue from there, to be able to go to high school. So this money helps me a lot. And so we were already back to the house with him again, and everything never changed. The beatings were going on. And then I was also trying to put my mind to how can I study for my final exam. So sometimes I have to go to a friend in the next town. It's just like maybe a half-mile walk to the next village, which is a little bit bigger than where we are living. And because my mates, the father was a teacher, they teach us a little bit. So sometimes I have to sleep there. And next day before I come home, when I come home, commotion. So that's how it was. I think I will leave it here. I want this to be very short. I don't want to be too long again. So I will leave it here, and tomorrow I will continue from what happened next as I was registering for my junior high final exam, and I will walk you through. So this is what I want to leave with you. Life comes in twists and turns. Even as a child, this were all the experiences I have experienced, and I'm sharing this with you on this video podcast as a foundation, so you can see from my humble beginning to where I'm going now in my journey. Maybe that will give you one or two ideas at wherever stage you are in your life. It never ends until you are under 6 feet. As long as you are above 6 feet, it's all good. It's all good, because there's going to be a turnaround. No matter the struggle, there will be a turnaround. So whatever you are doing, I hope it goes well for you. Whatever you are planning, I hope it goes well for you. And never, just keep going. It shall be well. If you are watching this on YouTube, subscribe to the channel and also wherever you listen to your podcast. And I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.